Today we are going to learn about the physiological basis of mechanism of ORS. Oral rehydration therapy. In it, the composition of ORS. Ingredients: composition glucose 13.5 grams, sodium chloride 2.6 grams, potassium chloride 1.5 grams, trisodium citrate dihydrate 2.9 grams, and water to make 1 liter. The purpose of each composition: for glucose, in small intestine, the SGLUT1 transporters are present. So the SGLUT1 transporters only work when the both glucose SGLT1 transporters are present. They work when both glucose and sodium are present. So glucose helps in pulling the sodium into the cells, and in turn sodium helps pulling water into the cells due to osmolarity. The potassium chloride replenishes the lost potassium ions due to diarrhea, which is vital for heart rhythm, muscle contraction and nerve signaling. Trisodium citrate dihydrate replenishes bicarbonates, and it acts as a buffer mechanism to maintain the pH balance lost due to diarrhea.
The next one is sodium glucose co-transport. It is a secondary active transport which allows sodium and glucose into the cells of the small intestine through a specific protein transporter, that is SGLT1, which is sodium glucose linked transporter 1. It present in the apical membrane of the enterocytes in the small intestine. The energy which is used, it is indirectly used from the sodium gradient, which brings glucose along with the sodium into the cells of the enterocyte, cells of the small intestine. One molecule of glucose is co-transported with the 2 molecules of sodium. It is called secondary active transport because the energy used is indirectly from the sodium potassium ATPs. Now we will discuss the water absorption mechanism. Entry of glucose and sodium increases the osmolarity inside the cell. It causes the water to follow passively to epithelial cells and then into the bloodstream. Water moves through 2 routes: transcellular route via aquaporins, paracellular route in between epithelial cells. It emphasizes that this is the core of rehydration effect of ORS.
As ORS is present in the intestinal lumen, it consists of sodium, glucose and water. Sodium and glucose enters into the intestinal cells, that is the epithelial cells, through SGLT1, sodium glucose linked transporter 1. Sodium and glucose, as they enter into the cell, they increase the osmolarity of the cell, and it is followed by the incoming of the water into the cell passively by osmosis. This is how the hydration occurs in case of people who have diarrhea and who are coming here, who are dehydrated basically. And sodium will exit the cell through sodium potassium ATPase pump into the bloodstream. 3 sodium exits the cell and 2 potassium ions enters into the cell, and glucose exits the cell through the glucose transporter 2 into the bloodstream. This is the last part called basal transport or blood rehydration.